Hi, my name is Brittany. A lot of people say my name doesn't match me considering my tomboyish attitude. But, anyways, here's my story about falling in love with my childhood friend. People always said Mason and I were like two fence posts on either side of the same field, close, holding things up, but never quite touching. We grew up 3 dirt roads apart in a town where everyone knew how much gas it took to get to the next Walmart. He was calm, measured, the kind of guy who could fix an engine before he could write an essay. I was the opposite. Loud, always in a rush, always looking for something more. But with him, I never had to pretend. We'd been best friends since I was 8 and he was 9, since I punched a kid for calling him Farmboy in 3rd grade, and he gave me half his sandwich in return. For years, it was always the two of us, fishing off the dock at Miller's Pond, skipping class to sit in the truck bed and talk about everything and nothing, pretending we weren't both quietly terrified of what came next. Then senior year came, and with it, a letter. Mason got into a college 2 states over, a good school with a full ride. He was the first in his family to even graduate high school. I found out from his mom. When I confronted him later on the tailgate of his rusted Ford, the sun bleeding orange across the fields, he said, "I didn't want to make a big deal. It's just college." "Out of state college," I said. "That's more than just something." He smiled like it hurt. "You know I gotta go." And I did. But I hated it. That summer, something shifted. We stopped riding into town together, stopped sitting on porches with melted popsicles. It was like we were already saying goodbye, one day at a time. I kept waiting for him to bring it up, to ask me something, anything, but he never did. Then, the night before he was supposed to leave, I was closing up the diner I worked at when I saw headlights sweep across the windows. Mason jumped out of his truck, covered in dust and sweat, holding a paper bag. "You left this in my truck," he said, breathless. "Figured you'd want it back." It was my notebook, the one I wrote in when I couldn't say things out loud. I took it and said, "You drove 10 miles for that?" "No," he said, eyes locked on mine. "I came to say goodbye, the right way." He paused. "I didn't ask you to come with me because I didn't think you would." I swallowed. "And if I would've, I'd have waited my whole damn life for you to say yes." The air was thick with the smell of frying oil and the hum of cicadas. I could barely breathe. I looked at him, really looked, the boy I'd known my whole life, standing there shaking like he had something more to lose than just a goodbye. "I don't have much," I said. "No big dreams, no plan, just you." He smiled. "Then we'll figure it out together." I quit the diner that night, packed everything I owned into the back seat of his truck. We left just as the wind picked up and a storm rolled in from the east. We never said "I love you" that night. We didn't have to. The wind had changed. So did everything else.